had to take a moment to talk about what happened with Lindsey Vonn last night. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. And not because the crash itself was horrific, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it because I think it says something really important and beautiful about what it actually means to dare to dream and to believe. Now, a week ago, in her final training run before the Olympics, Lindsey tore her ACL, and it wasn't a minor tear. We were told that it was a full rupture with bone bruising and meniscus damage. Now, for most athletes, that would have been the end of the conversation. Olympics done, you shut it down. But Lindsey decided that she would race anyway, that she wanted to compete. So last night, she raced. And 13 seconds after pushing out of the gate, she crashed hard. And she had to be helicopter lifted off the mountain. Like, it was a really, really bad crash. After moments like that, it's so easy to rush to conclusions, right? We look at the outcome and we say, what was she thinking? Of course, she shouldn't have raced. This is why she shouldn't have tried. This is why you don't try. And we look at belief as foolishness, and we absorb the message to play it safe. People are already coming for her, saying that it was reckless and that she shouldn't have done it. But I think that interpretation misses the mark completely. The people who expand what's possible in their lives and in the world, they don't do it by staying comfortably inside the lines. They do it by touching the edge, by testing what might still be possible, even when the odds aren't in their favor. Sometimes they succeed, sometimes they fall. But either way, they show the rest of us where that edge actually is. Now, I don't think belief is about denying reality. It's not pretending that risk doesn't exist. And I don't think that that's what Lindsey was doing here. She knew the risks. But real belief is about refusing to let fear, precedent, or other people's expectations be the final authority on what you're able to do and who you're allowed to become. That's how limits change. That's how identities evolve. When Lindsey Vonn chose to race with a torn ACL, she was questioning what we believe about age, resilience, recovery, and who gets to keep dreaming. And this is where it matters beyond sport. Most of us will never ski an Olympic downhill, but all of us will face moments where the world tells us that we're too late, we're too old, we're too broken, or that this version of us is over. In those moments, belief doesn't become fantasy. Belief is, do we stand taller or do we shrink? Do we reach or retreat? Do we let the story end or do we keep writing? Look, a meaningful life is not one without risk. It's one where we dare to dream anyway. And the mountain doesn't always reward courage with success. We're not always going to win. It's not always going to work out. But it always tells us something about ourselves, about what we value, about how we want to live, and how alive we're willing to feel. And sometimes, even in heartbreak, even in loss, that's enough. And that's why what Lindsey Vonn did last night was so incredible. It's a lesson for all of us about having the courage to believe.